A look inside Tyler Perry's private island. Hello and welcome back to another video. When Tyler Perry was starting his career, he struggled so much that at one point he was living in his car. Today, however, he has made his mark on the world as an actor, producer, director, and playwright. He's so far from where he began that today he loans his jet to royalty, and for one birthday he even treated himself to a gift that was pretty grand. In today's video, we will take a look at the rags to riches story of Tyler Perry and how he made his billions. We'll also be experiencing his own private island in the Bahamas, and yes, you heard that right, stay tuned and watch the video right till the end. The rough beginning. According to biography, when Perry was born in New Orleans in 1969, his name was Emmett Perry Jr. Sadly, his childhood was very unhappy because of his father's physical abuse, as well as sexual abuse at the hands of other adults. At 16 years old, after a suicide attempt, Perry changed his first name to Tyler to distance himself from his father. Perry struggled as a young adult to find a career until one day he heard someone on Oprah Winfrey's talk show says that writing could help people deal with painful experiences. He began writing plays, living in his car for a while as he worked to get them in front of audiences. In 2000, he created the character Medea in his play I Can Do Bad All By Myself. He played the eccentric, fierce grandmother herself, and audiences responded enthusiastically to the character. After writing and starring in a number of plays featuring Medea, Perry released his first movie, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, the first of several movies featuring her. It grossed $50 million and it launched Perry into a very successful career in Hollywood. The struggles as a child. Like we mentioned before, Tyler was sexually abused as a child. Now being through such trauma can scar you for life, so Tyler thought. It's hard to imagine the kind of pain that Perry must have suffered from his years of abuse, and it took a long time before he was able to come to terms with the damage they created. For most of his life, Perry tried to ignore the abuse and move forward without dealing with the trauma. I didn't know what was going on the far-reaching effects of it, he told People in a recent interview. I just moved through it. Go into the next thing. Boys don't cry, shut up and move on. Success and riches. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Perry has directed more than 30 movies and 8 TV shows. He's written many of them himself, including Meet the Browns, Why Did I Get Married, and Acrimony, as well as over a dozen Medea movies. In 2006, Perry delved into production as he founded Tyler Perry Studios, a film production studios based in Atlanta. It flourished and soon it needed more space to grow. In 2019, Perry purchased a former military base for $30 million and poured another $250 million in renovations into the property to house the successful studio. With all this remarkable achievement, Perry has unsurprisingly managed to amass a huge net worth. His yearly income is $80 million, and his total wealth adds up to an estimated $800 million. How Tyler Perry became a billionaire. Tyler Perry's pre-tax income since 2005 has apparently reached $1.4 billion, which would most likely give him a net worth of over $1 billion. Tyler Perry recently signed a contract with BET for $150 million per year until 2025, which would increase his net worth by nearly another billion. He also owns his own studio, which enables him to make even more money on film, TV, and stage productions. This is far from Tyler Perry's youth and young adulthood when he grew up in poverty. In an interview with Forbes, Perry joked, "I loved when people say you come from humble beginnings. It means you were poor as hell." Perry's youth involved both poverty and abuse. He dropped out of high school and worked various jobs, from bill collecting to selling cars to hotel service. This is how he made the money to produce his first play in 1992, but the initial failure was a huge financial blow that forced Perry to live out of his car for a time. But eventually he saw success and was launched even further when Oprah Winfrey invited Perry on her show in 2001. An island for his birthday. Despite the fact that Perry always seems to be working, he's found time to enjoy his hard-earned wealth. He owns such luxury items as a custom-built 25,000 square foot mansion in Beverly Hills and a private jet, both of which have been used by Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. That's right, Tyler Perry rents out his private jets to the royals. According to People, in 2009, Perry decided to treat himself to a special birthday gift. He purchased a 25-acre island in the Bahamas. The island, which is called White Bay Cay, was sold along with a nearby 7-acre island. The property was listed for $7 million, but the final sale price is not known. Looking back on his struggles in life, from growing up in an abusive home to living in his car, Perry's life is the kind of story inspirational movies are made of. But it seems like someone else will have to make that movie. He's busy with other films and he has a whole island to visit in his free time. By now, Perry is likely a billionaire and definitely a major figure in the entertainment industry. His past can only be described as tragic, but that tragedy and the times of safety and security in his mother's church pushed Perry to become one of the most influential comedy writers of the 21st century. And despite the difficulties of 2020, Perry is still working to produce new media, a testament of his tenacity. Thank you for watching.